Hey guys, welcome to Two Stroke Running and Repairs. Today I'm going to be redoing one of my earlier videos on replacing the oil line on a Stihl ms170, ms180, interchangeable also for the 017 and 018. They're all the same saw, basically just different size cylinders and stuff. For this, all you're going to need a set of needle nose pliers and a flat bladed screwdriver. I'll bring you in close and basically walk you through it. Alright, so that is the part number of the oil hose I got from Jono and Jono. I mean, I could have gone OEM on it, but I didn't. What I'm going to start with is pop out the little caps that are in these rubber anti-vibe buffers that hold the handle on. You've got one up the top, one down the bottom here. And then one just here under the chain. Great thing about this repair is you don't have to take off your bar and chain, which is good if you don't really have to, or you don't want to, or you don't have experience in that. So I've popped those two off, and then the only other thing holding this handle on is your throttle lever, flat bladed screwdriver, 2 screws, and that's undone, but I'll wait for later, because first we've got to pop these rubber anti-vibration bushings out. It's pretty easy. I just tend to shove the screwdriver down next to them and kind of lever them out from a couple of different angles. It's 2 out, and at this stage I'll take that throttle off. Don't lose the screws, because they're kind of expensive even though they're just screws. So undo those 2 screws, the saw into normal, just pry off this little cover piece, and we're going to pull out this whole throttle assembly, because that's what holds the handle on. It's not that difficult to put back together, but I'll show you how to do that. And then I'm just going to punch out this front one. And this is where you need to kind of do some tricky maneuvering. You need to pull the front part of that handle up, the bottom part will pop out, and you've got your handle assembly there. That can be set to the side. Alright, now you've got this little hose here, which is your oil hose. Really simple. Pop it out of there, and then just pull it straight out of the tank and pull out the little oil filter. And what's happened is this hose has gone stiff, so it hasn't been sealing into the tank properly, and that's where that oil leak is 99% likely to be coming from. See, the old hose is quite stiff, The new one's really bendy, flexible. So where did I put that oil filter? Where you need to be paying attention, because this is kind of the pointy end of it. You need to feed that in, and then you need to make sure that goes down into the oil tank, because otherwise you end up kinking your hose and you cut off your oil supply completely. So you can do this by also reaching into the oil tank and then just get a blunt object. I use a pencil, and you just need to push that oil hose so the little grommet sits into the hole. And then the other end just quite simply pushes down in there. I am now just going to try and retrieve the oil filter. Alright, so from here we're just going to go put it back together. I have pulled the air filter box off just to make it easier, because we're going to have to put that throttle cable back in. Pretty easy. You sit the saw in it from front to back. Line it up. I like to lay it on its back. And basically it's a case of rotating and pulling it all together. This is going to be a pain. Already tell, kind of is all the time. Alright, so now that they're all clicked in, and then basically installing this throttle trigger. You've got a bit with a U on it and a flat bit. The U bit goes to the carburetor. There's the little throttle bit on the side. You want to push that forward. The U slides on. And then this sits back here. Your trigger slides up and onto that. Make sure that it's this side facing out so you've got your trigger well. And then your safety interlock, the internal spring goes in, it just slides onto its little that's good. Just double check it's functioning. And then screw the handguard cover back on. And then the airbox back on. I'll tighten this up and your saw's good to go. So as I'm finishing up this, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time on two-stroke running repairs for my next saw repair tip, trick, me fumbling around not knowing what I'm doing, whatever comes.